Hi everyone, welcome back to today's meal video. I'm going to cook dinner early today because it's actually 20 to 12 and I'm just going to cook this now and put it in the fridge for later tonight just to get it out the way. I've just filmed a Temu haul, a new Temu haul for August. So you would have already seen that by the time this video comes out. Yeah, so just filmed that then, just the process of editing it, and I just thought that why not start dinner now so I can finish that video off. We've got some mango chicken today. This is a Patak's one I got on special in my last grocery haul. So I'm looking forward to trying that. I tried to get it before and I couldn't, but mango chicken just sounds so delicious. I don't have any papadums or naan bread. I was gonna order some specially, but I thought no, I'll cook it today. And if I do that, I'll end up spending more money. So the kids hate papadums, to be honest. They had them once and they were sick at the time and now they just won't eat them. So maybe I'll try the pre-made ones. Maybe they're a bit different because I bought the microwave ones last time and they just hated them. So don't have any papadums, but I'm gonna be using some sweet potato, some mango chicken, I've already pre-cut up my chicken. I'm trying to do that more often now, just pre-cut it up and put it in the freezer, but I didn't do that. I cut up this morning while it was frozen. And last night, I just thought, why not cut up the veggies? I do this often now. I prepare cut up vegetables the night before, so it's so much easier the next day, and I don't go, oh, I've got to cut up vegetables. I'm not gonna do it today. I'll make something else or we'll get some takeaway. So I've got some capsicum and some carrot in there as well. I am going to just put the sweet potatoes in just as an extra sort of a filler. I do have brown rice that's already been pre-made in the fridge. So I've got a batch of brown rice that I did yesterday in the rice cooker, and that's just going to come in handy so much. If you've got a rice cooker, cook up a heap of rice, about 5 cups of it, put it in the freezer in little bags. You've always got rice, but I knew I was going to need it this week for something, so it's only been there for a day, so I'm going to put that with it tonight as well. The kids probably won't like brown rice, but I'll mix it in and they probably won't know any different. So let's get started and start cooking this chicken.
To the city streets, we began to feel the fire. We rise like tall buildings as the chemicals, they take us higher. The night's young, it has just begun, as she puts her hand in mine. We wanna chase the night, wanna dance to the light, pull the stars from the sky, just 2 hearts running wild. Never sleep, never stop, as we shout from the top.
Okay, hopefully it doesn't steam up too much. So I've fried that off like that, and I'm just going to add the mango chicken curry, whatever it is, mango pataks to it. Shake. And I'll turn it down, and I'm going to put the lid on it to let it just simmer away. It smells so good. And that's basically as easy as it is, and I'll put the brown rice with it later once it's cooked, but I'll show you what it looks like when it comes out. But I'm just going to let that simmer now. I'm just going to let that cook. I'm going to put the lid on it just like that. So this is cooked now. As you can see, it looks really nice, and I'm just going to see if I get like a plastic spoon so I don't scratch it, but the sweet potato is nice and tender. Yeah, so I'm going to let that cool now, and I'll put it in the fridge when it cools down, and we'll have that with our brown rice for dinner tonight. Really easy meal. Monday, and we just want to make it. I just want to make an easy pie for dinner. So it's like 10 to 9 in the morning. I've already chopped up some onion, fresh oregano from the garden, and I've grated a carrot, and I did that before I got the kids off to school. I've got some lean beef mince here. That's just the one I normally buy. So whatever one you like, you can use, whatever. But this is one I normally buy. It's probably about $15 a kilo. And I've also got some bolognese sauce. So basically, it's just going to be a really easy dinner in the slow cooker. I've got my slow cooker from Kmart. I don't have a saute function on it or anything, but it fries the mince up. I'm just going to, you know, fry it to the best I can get it at. I'm not going to fry it first in another pan because that just makes it more work. So I'm going to put it all in and get the mince as brown as I can in the slow cooker. Then I add the bolognese sauce, and then I'll show you later how I arrange the potato gems on top, or potato tots, or whatever they're called, the potato gems I guess you could call them. And I'll pop them in the oven and we'll make a big bake out of it. Okay, so I've put all the meat in there and the onions and all that now. I didn't put a whole kilo of mince in. I've probably put a little bit more than a kilo because I do want to try and span it out a bit. It's going to be an expensive meal if I put a whole kilo in. I like to get the tot pie and also some rissoles out of the mince because it's just so expensive. So basically that's what I'm just going to leave in there for the moment. Let it like get as brown as I possibly can in the slow cooker. I've got it on high, and then I'll add the sauce in. Okay, I've just browned the mince, just left it in on high in the slow cooker and browned it with the onions, oregano and carrot. I'm gonna pour in this, sorry about my bird in the background, he really wants attention. He's screeching out. I've got some of this certified organic bolognese pasta sauce. Any bolognese is fine. I just got this because it was on special. So I'm going to pour that into here. And later on I'm probably going to just put some peas in there as well. You know, I really like peas in mince pies and things. And I haven't got a great deal of mince there, but it's going to do for dinner. And I'll put like, probably extra potato gems on top. So let's put the pasta sauce in and mix that on, and I'm just going to mix it in, and then I'm just going to leave it on for most of the day, and I'll put it on low because this is actually a really hot slow cooker from Kmart. It was a really good price, but it is hotter than any of the other slow cookers I've ever had. So let's pour the pasta sauce in.
So loud as the hours pass, we're gonna do it all again. We wanna chase the night, wanna dance to the light, pull stars from the sky, just two hearts running wild. Never sleep, never stop, as we shout from the top. We're gonna be. We're gonna be two hearts running wild. The moonlight, summer sky, it was a day.
Okay, so I've put the mince in the baking tray now, and I got a lot more than what I thought because I did add lentils with it and some veggies and things. I've got some potato minis, which I called potato tots before because there was a recipe for like a potato tot pie, which is either called potato gems or potato minis. So I'm going to layer this over the top now of the mince, and I'm pretty sure I might just like crisp them up in the oven before I put cheese over the top, just so they're cooked completely. Otherwise they probably might go soggy. I might do it that way. Not as if it probably makes a difference anyway. But I'm going to top it now and then place it in the oven. Okay, I've laid it now. I just put them all over it really. There wasn't really any organisation to it. And I've got like another half a bag for another pie. So that's a really good deal. So it makes it a pretty cheap pie. So let's pop it in the oven. Okay, I've put the pie back in the oven with the potato gems on top just to crisp them up a little bit. I'm going to sprinkle with cheese now and put it back in the oven. And pretty much that's dinner set. The potato gems can be put on anything on top, you know what I mean? And if you don't have time to peel potatoes and things like that, this is a really simple way of doing it.
And we'll stay on forever. We'll never have regrets. We wanna chase the night, wanna dance to the light, pull the stars from the sky just to.
I don't don't have a lot of cheese, and plus, even if I did, I probably would only just put this much on anyway. Because I think that's actually, it's more than what I thought. But if you like more cheese, you could even like slice some tomato up and then put the cheese on top of it too. Like, you could do that with it. You could do anything with this pie. It's pretty easy.
Never stop. As we shot from the top, we're gonna be two hearts running wild. We're gonna be two hearts running wild.
So for dinner tonight, we're going to be having a spinach pie. But this time I'm going to put bacon with it because I've got a leftover bacon from the weekend that I want to use. I don't usually use a lot of bacon in these pies, but the kids absolutely love bacon pies. So I thought I'll do that again for them. But I'm going to put just some spinach. I'm just going to put some of this spinach that I've got here that I've had in the freezer. It's just the baby leaf spinach. Usually I use a bag of frozen spinach for like $1 from Woolies, but I don't want to put too much spinach in it. I just want to put a little bit. Plus I've got this leftover, so then I get to keep the spinach for another night's dinner or pie or something. And I'm going to put 5 eggs in there as well. And once I've fried all this up and put the eggs in, I'm going to put the cream, and I've got sour cream as well. So I'm going to put a little bit of sour cream because I haven't got a great deal of fresh cream. And then at the end I'll just top it with cheese. So let's get this bacon and onion fried up, and then I'll add the eggs in once it cools down. So not cool it down too much, but just cool it down a little bit. Okay, so I've got my pot here. I'm not going to put any oil in there, I don't think. I'm just going to fry it. Because I just think it's going to be oily enough. So I'm just going to put the bacon in first. With some onion as well. So I'm just going to fry the onion and bacon up first. Now while that's frying up, I'm just going to make a little bit of a mixture up with sour cream and cream. So just with this dish here, I'm just going to add the cream that I've opened the other day. So usually I use about 300 ml of cream, but I didn't have quite that much. So I've just got like, sorry, I'm just going to move you up a bit. I've just got some sour cream as well, which I'm going to put in there. It's going to be quite rich, I think. So I'm just going to probably put maybe 2 tablespoons of sour cream in with the cream. Okay, I'm just going to add a little bit of sea salt in, and just a little bit of coarse milled black pepper. And now I'm just going to put that in the fridge until everything's cooked up, and I'll add it at the end. Now with my spinach pie, I usually like add butter to fry it up, but it's just going to be too greasy, so I'm just going to leave it like that. Fry the bacon and the egg up together like that. Really easy. You don't need to put the spinach in. You can just make a bacon and egg and onion pie, or you can just do it with like ham. Ham's even easier because you don't have to really, you know, do too much. Just chop it up finely. But I just had leftover bacon, so I thought I'd use that today. Put it down a bit now. So I fried up the bacon and the onion in there. I'm just going to add the spinach in. Just the leftover frozen spinach that I had. Just that one. Just to give it a little bit of green, so the kids have some greens tonight. Because they actually like spinach pie, so I'm pretty lucky there. Basically that's pretty much cooked. I'm just going to leave that there to cool down in a minute, and then I'll be back soon to add the cream and the eggs once it cools down just a little. So I'm just going to add the 5 eggs to the mixture. I don't think I no longer have a whisk anymore, which is quite frustrating. Gotta buy a new whisk. So a fork is gonna have to do. Basically that's as easy as our dinner is tonight. Pop that in for about 40 minutes and keep an eye on it, and yeah, there's dinner done. While I was waiting for the pie to cook, I thought I'd make the kids some jelly cups. I like these little jelly cups, and we do get 4 out of a packet of jelly, except sometimes I lose all the pieces, like I lose the lids and the base of them, and if you don't put them on properly they can leak. But I just find this is so much easier, and basically they get like 2 jelly cups out of it, so it makes a really quick and easy dessert. Okay, I've just taken it out of the oven and it looks really delicious. It was in there for around about 40 minutes or so on around about 160 degrees. So my oven's quite hot, so I just have to keep like looking at it and just making sure that it's not going to burn. But it looks really, really delicious, and I'm so glad it's cooked for the night. I don't have to worry about doing it later, because I'm home most of the time, that I have dinner sort of prepared and organised, or sometimes even cooked like today. Basically before the kids get home, because you just never know what activities they've got planned, and you know, all that sort of thing. And the nighttime thing is always really busy for families. I hope you enjoy this recipe, and you can just do so much with it. It's really versatile. You know, like I said, you don't need to put spinach with it. You can just do onion and ham, or onion and bacon, or no onion, or whatever you want, you know, leeks, anything. I guess you could call it a quiche or a pie. I always call it like a pie. I'm not sure the difference between a quiche and a pie, but it's got the eggs and cream in it like a quiche anyway. I would have put 2 in. Like, I really wanted to put 2 in today, because that is what I should have done. I got plenty of pastry. I didn't have a lot of cream, but I could have done with what I had. Like, I had some sour cream left. I should have just done like a spinach pie and then a bacon pie as well, and popped them both in the oven for the week, or for the next few days. Because it's great for lunch, or the kids can even take it to school cold. But I need to get another one of these baking dishes from Kmart. I think they're $10. They're brilliant. It just fits in my oven. Like, I mean, it just fits in. But if I have 2 of these, I can make 2 big dishes for the family, and you know, we can have some later on through the week or whatever. You know, just get 2 meals done. So I'm sort of annoyed that I didn't have another tray for that, or big enough for this. But you know, I'm gonna probably order one this week, just so I've got 2 of them, because you always need 2. Yeah, just so I can get 2 meals done and dusted. Tonight's dinner is a really easy one. We're just having hot dogs with pickled onions on brioche buns. I have made some salsa because we didn't have any tomato sauce, so it's just canned tomatoes, brown sugar, paprika, and onion powder, and I just like cooked it a little bit on the stove. I've also got some onions there chopped up, and I have got other hot dogs, but I just thought I'd show you that. And I've just taken the skin off one for my youngest because he doesn't like it, and chopped it up for him. And I'm just going to place it on these brioche buns because I don't have anything else. I just had no tomato sauce, like I said, so I've just basically made this out of a canned tomatoes, and it's really nice. The kids really liked it. And I think it has got a little bit of brown vinegar in it too. But it was basically brown sugar, paprika, onion powder, and tomatoes. So I'm just going to spread that over now. The kids' favourite at the moment is pickled carrots. It's just carrots with vinegar, and we put them in the fridge, and they absolutely love them. And I think it's just the texture of it, because we've sort of peeled them, but they really love them. And I'm just going to put them on the bun as well. and top it with some onions. And pretty much that's as easy as our dinner is tonight. Not very healthy, I know, but the kids really enjoyed it, and it just made it a little bit special with the pickled onions. And surprisingly, the kids really liked the salsa that I made up. And you could put anything with this. You could put a little bit of Tabasco sauce if you wanted a little bit of chili in it. Yeah, they really enjoyed it. So it was a good cover up from not having any tomato sauce on that night. Tonight's dinner is going to be a stew. I got up really early and I'm going to put this beef brisket in the slow cooker. This is from Aldi, $12.99 a kilo, and it's absolutely delicious, especially when it's slow cooked. So I'm going to chop this up into cubes and place it into the slow cooker. Like I said before, my slow cooker does manage to like saute the meat a bit, so I will brown it. So I've just chopped all the steak up here and placed it in the slow cooker. I am going to put onions with it because I just really like the taste of the onions with the steak. And I'm also going to add some chicken stock. I'm not going to put too much in. I'm just going to see how I go. So the meat has been browned and I'm just adding a little bit as I go along, and I can always add more in later on. If you put too much liquid in, it can be impossible to thicken up with gravy. So I'm just going to add it as I go along. I just find that's the easiest thing. I didn't have any tomato paste, unfortunately, because I just want it to be plain. But I've just got this chunky pasta sauce and I'm going to add that in. I've also chopped up some potatoes and I'm going to add some frozen peas in as well and cook it through for the day. And at the end, we'll be making gravy to thicken it. And towards the end of the day, I'll be putting on the rice cooker, and that will be our dinner tonight, will be stew and rice. So on this particular morning, I thought I'd make the kids some egg, cheese and spinach sort of muffins or egg bites. I've got a muffin container here that I got from Aldi a while back and I absolutely love it, but I've only got one of them. But it's okay, I just had enough ingredients to make just the 6 anyway. You will probably see the family in the background walking around looking for food. On this morning, I was trying to tell them just have a Weet-Bix or some cereal or something until these were cooked. But, you know, like what kids are like, they're always in the pantry looking for food. But I had some spinach left over from a meal, which I cooked fresh, and I thought, why not use it up? I cooked a whole bunch up one night, and I put it in the fridge knowing that I'd either make like an omelette out of it or these sort of egg bites. You can freeze these. These are really handy to freeze as well. I do have bigger muffin trays. I could have made more if I wanted to, but I just had enough ingredients to make these 6, like I said. So basically I'm just winging it today. There's no recipe as such. I've just got the fresh spinach that I've put at the bottom, the base of the muffin dishes, and I'm going to add in the eggs, which I'm going to make 5 eggs. And then I will whisk that up with my fork because at this point I still didn't have my whisk that I ordered from Kmart. I can't believe how long it takes to whisk it up with a fork compared to like a whisk. And I am going to add in just a tiny little bit of milk in there because I just don't want it really watery. And then I'll put some pepper and salt just to season it. But at this point here, looking at it, I thought I've got way too much egg mixture here. I'm going to need to make up another batch of it or something and put it in the other muffin trays. And it did overflow a little bit because I was trying to use up all the egg mixture. I don't really have any other cheese but a sliced cheese, so I'm just going to break that up. It's just whatever I've got today. Like I said, I really am winging this recipe and placing that just on top of the spinach, and then I'm going to add the mixture over the top, and then we're going to place that in the oven. I thought this was going to take a lot quicker than what it did, because it just actually took the same amount of time as what it does to make like a whole spinach pie. So it was like around about 40 minutes on around about 160 or so degrees, or maybe a little bit more. I do have to keep my oven on the lower sort of a temperature because it's a very hot oven and it can cook quite quickly but then not cook in the middle, so I do have to keep an eye on my oven. So it just took longer than what I expected, so the kids were like really wanting these by the time they came out, and they were really nice. They lasted a couple of days, and yeah, I would definitely make these again, and you can use ham or whatever you want. Just so quick and easy. I didn't show you how I made these meatballs, but this is really easy. I didn't put really anything in it other than paprika and onions and salt and pepper. That was it. I didn't put any breadcrumbs or anything like that. So I made them through the day. It's only early, it's like midday, just to get dinner out the way because I'm home today. And then I'm gonna put gravy with them, just some instant sort of gravy, which is just the greens gravy. I've got enough there for dinner. And I've made these early so I can have one or two myself for lunch today, which is, you know, just gives me something other than a sandwich to eat. I have mashed potato with this, which I'll probably show you later. And I've cut up the fresh spinach that I bought in the last grocery haul. That looks really beautiful and green, so I'll boil that up later when we're ready to eat it. And so that's a really easy sort of recipe, and I just basically mixed up all the ingredients in the minced dish that you get from the shop, like in the plastic container, and just made balls out of it, and I threw them in the oven. I've just popped them in a Pyrex dish with a lid. Once they cool down, I'll put the lid on them and pop them in the fridge. But my kids really like these, especially my oldest boy when he wants, you know, just something really quick to eat. But yeah, I've made a fair few of them, so that's going to be dinner tonight. All done and dusted. So I just thought I'd show you what we're going to be having for lunch today. This is really easy, and I had some fish in the freezer. So I've just cut up, I think it's 3 sweet potatoes with the skins on. And I've got some hokey fish here, but I think I got this one from Woolworths. And I've just put pepper, salt and some parsley on it. I'm not going to put any olive oil or anything in it. It's a white fish, so it's not really a greasy fish, and that's what I like about it. And I'm just basically going to wrap it up in the alfoil, pop it in here next to the sweet potatoes. And I know the fish will probably cook quicker than the sweet potatoes, so that's why I'm going to wrap it up. And yeah, that'll be lunch. But I am going to spray the sweet potatoes with some oil as well, because they tend to go a bit dry. I'm really excited to make this recipe because my pie machine, my pie maker, came from Kmart today. So I've got the beef brisket that I'm going to be braising all day. I've got my beef bone broth, which you would have seen in one of my grocery hauls. It just makes the meat really rich. I've also got minced garlic, carrot, like grated carrot, and also diced up onion. So we're just going to make it really simple. We're going to cube up the beef brisket and put it in the slow cooker just with all the other ingredients. So I've got the spoonful of garlic and also the beef broth as well. I will be adding a little bit of water to it, obviously, throughout, just to see how thick it gets. And then I will be probably thickening it up, which I'm not sure if I filmed that part. But you'll see in a minute how nice and rich this pie filling is, and I think sometimes making it as simple as possible and just doesn't take the flavor away from the meat either. So that's why I just wanted to use the carrot and the onion. And funny thing is, first of all, my husband used to work in bakeries when he was younger. He actually did this with bread to start with, and I just didn't believe him, so it was just a bit of a test. And he was like, no, it does work, Dom. And I'm like, I don't think bread's going to work. It's not going to hold up the pie. But it did. So if you don't have pastry and you've got a pie machine like we've got, try bread. But he did roll it out first. So this is what we're just doing now. We're also making it with the pastry, and it was just really, really simple. But we all wanted to have a go at it because it's new and we wanted to try it. And It was a great pie machine from Kmart. I think it was like $35, but you would have seen it in my last Kmart haul. But look how perfect those pies looked, and they were so delicious. So I'm so excited to have this. I'm looking forward to making sweet ones as well. But yeah, that was just a really nice experiment, and we absolutely love our pie machine now, and we're going to be doing more pies. And I just know I'll be experimenting with a lot more recipes for my pie machine. Thanks everyone for watching today's video. I hope you did enjoy it and it gave you some ideas for the meals and things like that. I know how hard it is at dinner time. Even I'm finding it so hard to keep it fresh and interesting for the family when I'm really not even interested in cooking myself as much as I used to. I'm finding it's just getting harder and harder because I guess the prices of food and you know, and trying to limit the ingredients as much as possible so it's not expensive. It's just a real mission, and it's definitely a challenge for the person who's meal planning and shopping and cooking the food as well. We really have enjoyed using the pie machine over the last few weeks, and we've been doing heaps of pies. I'm really looking forward to doing a sweet pie, like a peach pie or apple pie or something like that. I haven't done any of that yet. But in this grocery haul coming up today, which will be coming up next week, I have bought a lot more pastry and things like that. But the bread really did work. Like if you don't have pastry, try to use the bread, and it was really nice. It wasn't heavy, I found, because when we first tried it, my husband made them through the day with the bread, and I was like, it's not going to work, it is going to work, it is. And he rolled it out and things like that, and I couldn't believe how like firm it stayed, and I just didn't feel like it was heavy. You know how you have pastry in the middle of the day and it can be really heavy on your stomach, so I really enjoyed that. But yeah, we are having a lot more braises at the moment and things like that because we have been cooking a lot of braised meat and things like that. But I usually do use the Maggie beer chicken and beef broth, which is really nice and rich, but it is about $6 for a sachet. So this time I just got like the beef broth again in the bottle. I usually get it online, but they had some at Woolworths, so I thought I'd give it a go, and it's really nice. It is very expensive, but like you're looking at still $16 to $20 something a bottle. But you get a lot of, but you do get a lot of servings out of it. But we're coming into warmer months now in Queensland here. I've got a jumper on today, but it's quite warm. So I'm thinking that I probably won't be doing too many more stews soon, and it's going to be more salads, fish and cold meats and things like that, because it definitely is going to be getting warmer, and definitely don't want to be cooking hot stews and things like that. Thanks everyone for coming along to today's video. I really do appreciate it, and I do love all your comments, so please comment below, say hello if you're new, and subscribe if you want to or not. It doesn't really matter, but I do love all your support, and I do appreciate every one of you coming along every week and watching my videos. And thank you very much for just being here, and I'll see you soon for my next ones. Thanks everyone. Bye.